YouTube. Damer_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. In today's episode, we have the first game of the season. We have Roma away at the Olimpico, and we have a monumentous task to beat Jose Mourinho's side in the first game here in Serie A. If you haven't seen the last episode, you don't know how the squad looks, I do recommend checking it out and going through the process and what we did and the explanations that we gave. But in short, we're keeping the same system from Raul Hippus. We've had a pretty good pre-season, which I'm about to recap, and we'll mention the signings as well. If you are enjoying the content, give it a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and links down below to all of my contact over on Twitch, Instagram, and in the Discord. But most importantly, leave a comment and let me know, would you have moved from Hippus? Would you have stayed and try to fight for the Europa League again? Or do you think this AC Milan job was too good to turn down? Let me know in the comment section. Pre-season looked as so. We beat Hertha Berlin 2-0 before an undermanned AC Milan side, it has to be said, lost to Bayern Munich 5-2. As you can see, it's not a bad side. One of the new signings did start, but not much on the bench, and only a few days after we played Hertha Berlin. So I can find some excuses in losing 5-2 to Bayern. They're very good. We beat a non-league side 26-0, feels good. We beat Cremonese, and Juventus was probably our biggest test of pre-season, conceding in the 91st minute in a comfortable 2-1 win. We beat Chievo 13-0, which really showed how good we can be, and most notably a week ago we won 3-1 against Galatasaray, and this is what the first team squad does look like on paper in the 4-1-2-1-2, and yes, there are some names that we have to explain in just a second. I'm also going to lastly just go through season preview here. The board want us to fight for the title, which I will recap in a second. We have got 6 players in the Media Dream 11, one of which I have signed for this season in Dani Olmo, who I'll touch on in a second. The game and I joined said that we were going to play a 4-1-2-1-2. We played a 4-1-2-1-2 at Hippus. The only slight change, instead of a complete forward, we're using an advanced forward because Rafael Leo is just that quick. But yeah, we're going diamond. It's very close to my full side. It's not exactly my full side, and I'll show you what my full side will look like. But look, if that team there started most games, we would be in a very good position here in the league. And lastly, in terms of the actual money still left in the club, still got 17 mil and 105k a week on the wage budget. As I mentioned last episode, at the end of it, all that money would be spent probably trying to get under 23 or under 19 players who are homegrown here in Italy. And that's just to bolster the squad depth a little bit and to also allow those players to grow, because Milan are actually suffering from not having too many Italian homegrown or an AC Milan grown players. So it worries me a little bit for Champions League registration, especially since we plan to probably be here until we win everything in Italy, because we got one of the best sides in Italian football. Let's touch on the transfers. And the big one on the out, obviously, was the sale of Charles. I didn't want to sell him. He kicked up a fuss, mentioned it in the episode. Theo Hernandez led the revolt against myself, and I've only been in the job 4 weeks to sell him. Tried to talk them out of it, didn't. Had to promise to sell him to keep the squad on board with me, only after 4 weeks being in charge. As mentioned in the episode, if I was here for 2 years and then this kicked off, I would have tried to keep him. He wanted to move to PSG. They never gave me enough money. Had to take 52 mil for a guy worth about 90. Wasn't particularly happy. But we've got some replacement players, and that's for sure. In total, there's all you guys on the outs. Ricardo Stotti. We got a few... we've got a few nice size bids here. Like Guilherme somehow's worth 50 to 58 million. If you have a look at him, he's a decent Serie A player there at Juve. They got him on a free. I've got another backup keeper. Don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have used him as a backup keeper, but he wasn't playing many games over Mannigan, so to get 8.5 mil there was pretty good. And then we'll go through the signings here. We'll go in actual order where they happened. It's probably the best way to go about it as well. Jacobo came in as some backup centre-back depth. Board want me to sign under 23 players, as mentioned. He's pretty good. Italian under 21 player. Has got a lot of 10 passing, 10 headering, 10 first touch, which will grow eventually. But he's got great heading. He's got, great tackling, good teamwork, great work rate, decent physicals, decent mentals. At 18, playing alongside the other centre-back that I did sign to bolster the squad, who's a bit more older. He's going to be very good. Luis Alberto, on a free, was released from Lazio, just too good of a player to pass down on a free. Yes, physically he's waning, but as a shadow striker on attack, as a backup shadow striker on attack, just technically and mentally too good of a footballer. Natural flair, natural finishing, natural passing and vision with technique, and natural first touch. I think he's fantastic. He either plays shadow striker or in the advanced playmaker on the part of the diamond. I think he's fantastic and a very good pickup. The players then kicked off a revolt that after selling Charles, after wanting him gone, that we needed to then sign 10, as in 10 as in centre attacking midfield depth. If you go by the numbers, that's the 10 position. Adre Gruler picked him up on the very cheap fee. It's going to be, rising to 13 mil once it's all said and done, which it will eventually. But yet again, great player as an advanced playmaker on attack. Technically sensational, as he's always been on FM. Mentally pretty good. And that's probably the quickest I've seen Adre Gruler at a younger age. Hopefully get that pace up just a little bit to make him that little bit quicker. But this is a guy that I think by the end of the year, he is going to probably be one of the main starting players as well. And then the couple of big boys that we have signed, Koulibaly, 22k a week. Chelsea are paying 150k, so we're only outlaying 22k. It's pretty damn good. With that being said, we're signing for 4 mil. Backup centre-back, he actually thinks he still could be first choice here. Didn't want to take anything less. But, him alongside Jacobo in those weaker games. Koulibaly, who the Dream Media reckon that he's part of our best 11 to start. I think he's solid. I think he's fantastic. Still got the headering, the marking, the tackling, the pace, the physicality. He's obviously been here for many seasons in Napoli. If you have a look at him as well, he could have declared for being Italian, decided against it back in the day. But, other nationalities is fine. And then like he mentioned him before, Dani Olmo. Look, he's going to start in the advanced playmaker role and attack backer line because I think he's better there. Could play shadow striker, of course. 43 mil was his release fee. We wanted Arsene Zakarian. I did mention it. Can't sign because of the non-European foreign rules, which are still in Italy. I'm pretty sure in real life it's based on who gets registered, not on how many you can sign. And apparently they've already signed 2 this year without me, so I couldn't do it. But with that being said, Dani Olmo, 43 mil, mentally a phenomenon. Technically is superb as an advanced playmaker and attack, and we could move him in the shadow striker if needs be. He is one of our best players, if not the best player at the football club, with Theo Hernandez, who's the best left wing back in world football. So we're in a very good spot. If that's the go-by, this is what your squad looks like there. Best 11 is picked as such. Bench is pretty good now. We filled it out. Lucky we did sign Dennis, which didn't happen last episode. Just has got very good mentals at 17 years of age. One of those for the future. I think if his dribbling, his first touch gets up as well, and his pace does, I think he's going to be a very good advanced playmaker on attack. So, or a shadow striker too, because he's got 10 finishing. So I think it's just a really handy pickup. Let him play 18s, fill him in the occasional game and see what happens. In terms of the team here for the away trip to Roma, though, it is as followed. Manigan's your best keeper, one of the best keepers in world football. He's fantastic. Calabrias keeps his spot at right wing back on complete wing back on attack. I think he's pretty good. Kalu at centre back is sensational. Great ball playing defender, great mentals, great physicals. Could play right back where the media reckons he should play. Tamori, though, everybody knows how elite Tamori is. Centre back on defend, big free in marking, headering and tackling, mentally and physically quick. And that allows Theo Hernandez to just be the best left wing back in world football and just bomb on and do what he wants. Benacore Ismaila is just a fantastic deeper line playmaker. He's world class. He's very elite at what he does. It's sensational. Please note, anyone freestyle better is basically good enough to be a leading player here in Serie A with the squad we have. Tonali, sensational. Box-to-box midfielder. Do I need to say more? It's Sandro Tonali. Just have a look how well class he is just there mentally. Is one of the GOATs. Omo, the new signing, as mentioned. Giovanni Reina, I've used him on previous FMs and he's sensational. If he hits his potential, he's a leading Serie A player. I'm going to give him the first 6 months here to make a mark. Or if not, Dani Olmo is going to go into the 10 and we're going to move Adre Gruler into the first 11. But I've seen Giovanni Reina do it before. He's scoring goals for fun for the USA recently as well. Shadow striker with the pace, getting in the box with a great off the ball. Going to give him license to use either foot, and he's 6'1" for where he wants to header a ball as well, which is great. Then up top, it's the paceman. It's Victor Roque, who's fantastic. Pretty good as a pressing forward. Prefer him as an advanced forward, but I prefer both as an advanced forward. He's fantastic. And then Rafael Leo forced me to change to an advanced forward, and it's just because he's that quick, put him on the last man, let him do his thing and dribble and run and cause havoc and cutting in from the left wing, and he's naturally on that left-hand side as well. So that's your team. Let me know in the comment section where you think we'll finish. The board, quickly before we get into this game, want us to be competitive in the Champions League, which I think we'll do just fine. Challenge for the Serie A title, which for me is finishing third or better, and challenge for the Italian Cup. And look, I'm aiming to win that competition as easily as quickly as possible. I think we're going to be okay. They want me to finish above Inter in the league, which may be hard for the fans, but off we go. First game in charge of AC Milan, and it's just up against Mourinho. He's going to play 5 at the back, and Dybala's going to do Dybala things, I would imagine, as well. There's Jose's side, typical 5 at the back. I've dealt with Jose at PSG in my Paris 13 Atletico save for 10 seasons. Ibanez is in there. Marsh Kumbola is fantastic as a player on FM as well. I recommend as well. Richard Karsdorp and Pezzella either side with Manigo and Brian Cristante. We have Lorenzo Pellegrini, Lissandro Trossard with Dybala up top. There's their bench. You can have a lot on the bench. Mike Sivla used to grow into a good keeper back on FM, hopefully. And Christian Volpato, I should have a look at him. 21 years of age, still looks okay. Is an Italian-Australian, so should have a look at him at some stage as well. Can't wait. It's a special day. I think if we're as good as we think we are, we have to win at home. We have to win against Roma because I think they're going to be solid, but I think they're a team we should be beating for that next level above. What I will say is I think in Italy, especially if you're very strong away from home in terms of not keeping clean sheets, not losing many games, even if it's quite a number of draws, you always be in and around the mark to finish at least top 3 or 4 if you win 95% of your home matches, which would be the same for most leagues, but I think in Italy, the teams that do extremely well at home and are very solid away from home generally do well. Now, we're in the white because we're in our away strip here, and Roma in the infamous red that they always wear. And 5 minutes in, we have a highlight as Rafael Leo heads in. I was caught unaware that that was going to be an actual highlight, but we lead 1-0 with the advanced forward heading home. It's my main worry that because I've changed the system that I use so well, slightly it could make some difference. But look, David Calabria chips a ball back stick. Rafael Leo's quite good in the air as well, has to be said. He heads home. I think if we can get 30 goals out of the league season for him, we win the league. And I think that's very possible for him playing up front. We lead 1-0, 10 minutes in. Dani Olmo, who's on set pieces now, coming into the club, chips one out to the Victor Roque. Back to Dani Olmo. Great one too. Now he can get one across the box. Falls to Tomori of all people. And Rui Patricio's beat just through pure and sheer pace of the shot. It's absolutely done him over. He can only parry it into the bar and in. And we lead 2-0. What I will like about this goal is the fact this 1-2 and Dani Olmo could have hit it. Decided against it, gets a ball into the area, takes a deflection, and Rui Patricio can only parry into the bar and in. Maybe the keeper should do better. But we lead 2-0. First 2 shots that we've seen have gone in, and they've gone with a long throw, and Rafael Leo is going to get there before Mancini, you would imagine. And Theo Hernandez is just good enough to go and do bits. That guy, this guy, Theo Hernandez in the match engine, is unreal. Giovanni Reina, Rafael Leo, one-on-one, and somehow it is done whatever. Apparently, Reina's been fouled. Advantage called back. No red card, which is odd. I completely missed it because I thought, hang on, if he's last man, he's got to go. And Tonali hits one into the wall, and that's going to be a corner. Interesting highlight. Could have been 3-0 and 16, and I think Rafael Leo's really got to score. Corner for Tonali, who is still our best corner taker with everybody here. I don't mind him in the box as well because he's actually decent in the air too, Tonali. I think he is. Maybe I'm talking porker pies. Anyway, 80 minutes in so far, all AC Milan. And this is the beauty of having a system that is virtually what they played last year and how the media predicts us to play. It's very easy to transition into once everyone has learnt and got a bit of match fitness. And Manigan finds Tomori, Ismail Benacourt, Dani Olmo, who looks perfect so far in his first official game for us. Olmo again, Rafael Leo needs some help. No, he doesn't. He shoots. Falls to Theo Hernandez now after Olmo picks up the scraps. Ball in, Rafael Leo blocked. Theo Hernandez heads back in, cleared away. Third time asking falls to Dani Olmo. He hits one just wide. Warning effort from Dani Olmo. In that deeper role, he can dictate and he can hit from distance. I love him in there. Dybala now on the break. And still going is Dybala. Still going is Dybala. He's got 6 guys around him and in the end drives the whole way and then goes backwards, which is fair enough considering he had not much on. This would be pretty much against the run of play if Roma found one here with Pellegrini. Mancini. Cars drop. Down the line he goes. Back to Mancini. Drives inside. Picked up by Giovanni Reyna. And this is where we can kill teams here with our pace. Victor Roque's inside. Giovanni's with him too. Looks for Roque. Somehow Rui Patricio commits himself and gets there too. Great keeping. But that's the danger, that we can go like that in an instant. And Danny Olmo picks up the loose ball again. First time I've seen him dispossessed and he wins it back. Reyna, Roque, through. The Wonder Kid. Thank you very much. It's 3-0. Our attack is deadly. We are deadly. Deadly quick. Like quicksand. They're quicksand. That's what we're going to call them. Quicksand's at it again. Maybe not. That's not going to stick. Let me know if it should stick. But anyway, Reyna, Rafael Leo, Victor Roque leaves them all in their wake with the pace and cross the keeper. And it's 3-0. We're very, very, very good up front. And we're making that shown today, which is great. It won't last like this all season, I'll tell you that right now. There's got to be times where they miss a million chances and we do not win. Just everybody get ready for that. Anyway, Dybala's in. That's going to be a goal. And I think that's how teams are going to beat us, realistically, is getting in between the centre-back and full-back channel and flicking it on. It's a pretty poor goal to concede, to be fair. Mancini chips the ball into a sort of nothingness, and Pellegrini just reacts quicker than Tomori forgets he can jump, and then Dybala's free because he hasn't been tracked. One shot, one attack, one goal. Sounds a bit like Jose Mourinho. They've still got a long way to go here, Roma. We really have dominated. Manigan finds Ismail Benacura. Finds Tonali. Danny Olmo can turn now. Giovanni Reyna's having a field day. Rafael Leo, what a touch, what a finish, what a goal. Oh my word. Oh my word. Coast to coast in about 20 seconds in game. The ball from Reyna just shows why I have so much faith in him, because I've seen him do it on plenty of FMs. The touch around the corner from Olmo and Rafael Leo touch, volley, goal. A finish Pele would be proud of. And that is sensational. That is 4-1. Rafael Leo has a brace and should have scored a hat-trick already. And, well, we are cruising to an opening day victory, which is superb. What a 45 minutes. Boys seem over the moon. I want them to stay on the front foot, though. No changing the system here. Obviously, we change the system or change a few things, we could get caught out. Now, Cardrap making a run. Tomori gets it away. Giovanni Reyna it falls to. And this is where we can kill teams. Victor Roque steps on it. Giovanni Reyna decided to go for goal instead of trying to flick someone in. 4-1. We continue on. Almost half tempted to just tell the wingbacks, just sit off a touch. Because, look, you're 4-1 up and they really haven't done too much. But at the same stage, they haven't done too much. Why would you change? Anyway, ball in. Cleared only as far as Ismail Benacor. Calabria. Kalu. Good with the ball. Tonali. Look for Roque, but really underhit it. And Pellegrini now picks it up. Mankingo, Pellegrini, Kumbula, Pezzella, Dybala, Pellegrini, Scamacca, goal. Looked onside, to be fair to Scamacca. I reckon that's 4-2, and Roma are just going to score every chance they have, huh? It's a pretty good goal and pretty well worked. We get pulled out of position slightly when they go side to side, but the two centre-backs have failed to pick up. Can I just say, ball-playing defenders never play well in the match engine. Kalou on a 6.6, even though it makes more sense to play him as a ball-playing defender. Giovanni Reyna now. Hits one. My word, it's hit the bar and come out. Rui Patricio may have got a touch on it after it hit the bar. Reyna left him for dead. Kalou puts a ball in back stick. Danny Olmo knows how to hit him. Deflected straight to Rui Patricio. This game should not be feeling nervy or anything. They've had 3 shots, 2 on target, and we're only 2 goals up. This should be all she wrote, and it's not. They win the ball back. Like, if they get a third here, what do we do? Anyway, Giovanni Reyna, Victor Roque, Rafael Leo's offside. He's now onside, gives him the ball, beats the keeper, taps it in. Great play from the boys. Victor Roque to Rafael Leo. It's fantastic. It's 5-2. It's 66 minutes gone. I'm going to start making some changes now and really make sure that they don't come back into this. But yeah, Giovanni Reyna, great ball to Victor Roque. And, well, he waited for it to come on side. Rui Patricio probably should get to that, to be fair. But very well played and very happy with that as well. With that too, we are going to get Theo Hernandez off here for Mikalenko, who's just going to come in, sit wing back there on support. Calabria is actually going to go back into a wing back on support. He's natural in that role. Danny Olmo's had a very good debut. We're going to get him off here as well. Andre Gula is going to make his debut. Luis Alberto will come in for Giovanni Reina as well to make his debut. And I'm a big fan of the youngsters, and I'm going to get Kevin Kukui, who I think is a lot better than what his potential's saying. By the way, if he hits that potential, he's a leading player for Serie A. 90 determination, great physicals, good finishing ability and technique. And Luciano Amico, who is our best prospect, 18 years of age, that well-rounded and is very, very good at what he does. I'm very happy doing it that way. I prefer Luciano Amico as the pressing forward, do I? No, I think we actually prefer this guy as a pressing forward because Kevin, because he's only got finishing and that, and I think Amico's got a bit better dribbling. It's very close either way. But yeah, we're going to do that. That's 4 change. We're going to leave 1 change in the coffers there. I'm also going to move to a central defender on defend 2 for Kalu and just get him off the ball playing side of it. And yeah, make quite a number of changes. And my plan is this year is to get these youngsters up to speed. Now, I'm not planning on making a striker signing. Yes, that leaves me Amico and Kevin Kukui up front, the Albanian. But I just think both of them with their development could be really good. That is a penalty. Somehow wasn't given. Kalu just clattered through someone there. Maybe we might get Kalu off after watching that one, but we'll wait and see. That's actually a ball and a half. That deserves a goal. This game doesn't deserve to be anywhere close to what's going on here as well. Kalu's going to come on for David Calabria, actually, and we're going to do that. And Jacoby's apparently I brought on all 5 subs. I don't think I have. Oh, I have. Okay, never mind. Just do that. Cancel. But yeah, Roma have had 6 shots and 3 on target, scored 3 goals. If they score a 4th, Jose Mourinho's men are doing an absolutely little bit of a bit on us here. Leave it, Mikalenkov. We're about to cop it. We're copping an FMing and a half, boys. Great save for Manigan. It nearly was 5-4. That was their 4th shot on target. We are copping an absolute FMing and a half on the opening game of the season. Like, we're 5-3 up, and this game should realistically be 5-0. Mikalenkov off the goal line. Kukui gives it back to Calabria. We just want this game to end right now because every highlight Roma have basically equals goal. Tonali, Calabria, ball in. Amamiko on his debut. Luca Amiko makes it 6-3. There's 9 goals on the opening day of the season. 9 goals on the opening day of the season. Eat your heart out. And I'm going to put it out there. I think we've been defensively okay. He's just been hit on the break. And apparently with 0.65 XG, they score 3 goals. I've had 5 shots on target. It was 3 shots on target, 3 goals. And the last 2 shots on target, we saw for the corner and then one that was cleared off the goal line. But 6-3, Amico scores in his debut. We've had 21 shots, 30 on target, with an XG of 3, and we've scored 6. And they have scored 3 with every chance they've had. Tonali now, Kevin Kukui. Tonali looks over the top for Luis Alberto. What a ball. Alberto's there. Tackle. Amico went with a chip where a side foot finish would have sufficed. It should have been a brace for the youngster. Look, we'll take it. Opening day away from home. We've absolutely obliterated Roma. And somehow they scored 3 goals from absolute nothingness. 3-0 up and flying. 4-1 up and flying. 5-2 up and flying. Every highlight goes in. Lucky they didn't go up. It didn't become 5-4. And Amico scores on the bench to win it. Victor Roque 8.8. Rafael Leo with a 10. I'm very happy with that. Somehow we've conceded 3. I'm not sure how. But look, that is perfect. Great to get off to a winning start. I don't think we can do much better than that. That is superb. I would love to see a clean sheet moving forward. But if we play how we just played, I don't see teams really breaking us down too much. It was just a little bit of Ismail Benacour maybe getting pushed out of position here. He got like get forward whenever possible on. And that comes in to get the ball. Like, he should be fine. I just feel like it was one of those things. Or maybe in the set pieces, because we got hit on the attacking side of it. Yeah, defensive, and like, yeah, we probably need one more extra back. Just going to put the DM behind the ball as well, and just feel like we kept getting hit on the break, so Ismail Benacour will come out. and then we could got 3-4 guys behind the ball, 4 guys in the box with a guy on the edge. I think that's fine as well. With that being said, that probably solves the issue of Roma hitting us on the break a couple of times from set pieces. Hopefully we continue in the same vein of form. If we play how we just played against Roma there, we're going to beat a lot of sides here in Serie A and be right around the title. Let me know in the comment section if you think this team's good enough to go and win the league, win enough to win the Scudetto, and good enough, obviously, to try and win the Champions League as well. Until next time, I'll see you then. Thank you very much and goodbye.